So today's a little different. It's a little departure from what we've been doing the past many live streams. I've done a lot of things where have shown you how to decorate the washi papers and a lot of origami inspired paper making and fodder creating, but I haven't really showed you a lot of origami, have I? So I'm going to show you some of my process about how I work on making pockets and envelopes for my art journals using the papers that I have already done in in our live streams and in our certain times when I've just done some fun things. And I'll just go over the process. And Pat is from Canada. Wow, everybody, they're so nice. I'm so glad people are here. Wow, especially in New Zealand. Wow. So let me kind of just start the process. I'm going to show you several models, and some of these are already available on YouTube. Some are just easy peasy. And so I'll just do what I can to kind of go through these, but I'll show you kind of the process. Maybe I should clear my table off first, but I want to show you as I kind of go through this. This is an art journal that I've been working on forever, and I've got these little page markers. And I'm going to show you how to make these because that's the easiest one to do to start. And what these are great because they can not only they mark your page, they are so cute, right? I mean, they're cute. You can even glue things on them to make them even more interesting. But they're very simple little folded pocket corner thing that goes right on the side of a book of a journal page. And it's really great for when you're looking, if you want to mark a page, if you're reading a book, or like I said, in the journals, they're just really cute. So I'm going to show you how to do these very simple little pockets. And you're going to need 6-inch paper for that, just so you know, if you have it. And so Lynn's here. Yay, I'm so glad. Yay, I'm so glad. Um, so glad that everybody's here. So 6-inch paper for this first one. So grab that if you want to fold the bookmark. And I'm still going to show the things. I'm not folding it yet. I'm just going to ask you to get your paper ready if you have it. So for the bookmark, you want 6-inch paper. And what I'm going to use, oh, I'm sorry, not 6-inch. I basically took, well, I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to do it right now. Get it ready. I took a 6-inch paper in our brand new collage papers, the ones that I designed for Yasutomo, and I'm cutting it down. Gotta find it. I'm going to cut it to a 4-inch square. If I can find a 4-inch mark. That doesn't even, oh, that's a 4-inch mark, right? I can't even tell. Well, I'm going to cut it down to that, whatever that is. A little 10 and I don't know what centimeter it is, but it's about 4 inches. You can cut it to have a 3-inch. If you want to have a 3-inch square, that's fine. But I'm going to just cut the part that I want to show. So I'm going to just do right here. I don't even know if that's a square now. Let's find out. So basically you want a kind of a smallish square for your bookmark. Now I'll move on to the next thing. I think that's a square. We'll see. Okay, so moving that out of the way. Now I'm going to show you today this little pocket, this is from a 6-inch square. So if you want to know how to fold this cute, adorable pocket, it has a little slit in it. It's just so darn cute. Um, that one I'm going to show you, and that's out of 6-inch paper. So this one's great. It's great for an art journal because if you glue it on the back of your journal, right to using this, just glue this back part, you've got this little opening. It just kind of opens up like this. And I think that's really cool. And you can put little tokens, little goofy things in there. And if it's in your journal, you can just close it up and it's an envelope. So I'm going to show you that. So that's a 6-inch piece of paper. Another one that I really love is this little, this is what I was showing I put it on a reel, and also I think I sent this picture to Yasutomo, to Phoebe. But these, if you remember, I've done a lot of these little affirmation cards, been doing these for a long time. And I always like to find a thing, I want to have some way to present them, right? Something a little bit more than just a card. I want to have something to put it in. So this one is actually sized exactly for this card. And I think this card, I should get my ruler out, is 3 inches square. So if you have a 3-inch square piece of paper, this is going to fit that exactly. And I believe my original, I'll tell you to get this paper ready if you want to make one, because I'm going to show you how. I won't show you how to make this, but I'll show you how. I mean, I'll tell you the process so you'll know. But it's really cute. Now, if you wanted to take this on an art journal page, you could glue this directly on, or you could just glue the band on and then have the whole thing slide in and out. So there's like all kinds of options. Pat's here, yay. Sylvia's from Iowa, awesome. Everybody's here. Wow. Denise, hello. So I'll show you that. Now that one is a piece of washi paper that I decorated doing shibori. And I think this is, I should have measured this. I think I need a longer ruler somewhere. I don't even know where my rulers are. Let me just grab a ruler so I can give you that measurement. And for some reason, my long ruler just disappeared. I've got another one in my little stash. So this one is no, it's actually 9-inch square. Okay, a 9-inch square. So if you want to do it out an 8.5 inch square, that's fine too. And Melinda's here. Yay. Wow. Got a good group today.
We have
So,
so many people. We even have Wendy here with us, Wendy Solganik and
oh my
Kitty.
goodness.
Yeah, yeah,
Wendy.
so
Okay.
many
So
people with us.
Wendy, Miss Wendy, I'm so glad you're here because folding, I'm going to tell you, there it is, 22 centimeters, by the way. So if you want to fold this pop-up box that I showed today, it's 22 centimeters, around 9 inches. Okay, so 9 inches square, and it's made out of our 6JM paper. All right, and I use this. One thing I did use is this really cute little Art Foamies makes these adorable little stamps, and I got these from this is the newest fodder school teacher for this month. I ordered these adorable little stamps and I put them on watercolor paper, cut them out, and now I have a little embellishment for that. All right, so that's to make this. All right, we're going to be doing that. And then I'm going to also show you how to make these are the cutest thing. There's that little cute little stamp, but this one is more of a letter fold. So if you want to do like write a letter, and you would write the letter first, and then you would fold the thing. It would probably work on an art journal as well, actually. Yes, it would, because you could just lay it on your art journal and open it up, and then if just as long as you can fold it back, it should be fine. And any of these pockets that you make, and any of these little things you make, they have a memory. So if you fold it in advance and wait for a little while, they'll pop back into memory. So you can see, I just love doing folded things on journals. This is something we did last month in the April thought. No, I think it was, I forgot, a couple months ago maybe. But this one is just basically a tato, and it just snaps right back into place. So you can do something like this, and we've got this on our YouTube channel. But it can be mounted on your art journal. So really, a lot of these envelopes and pockets are really great for that. You're going to also learn today this little pocket and this one. And I wanted to show you, if you remember a couple weeks ago, I did, or maybe it was a couple weeks ago, I was doing these little pockets to hold just little cards, kind of like these little cute little note to self pockets, right? Well, all I did was figure out the size that I needed for these Shikishi boards, which I love Shikishi boards. And now I have some way to present my Shikishi board. And it's like in the Japanese tradition of omiyagi. I think that's how you pronounce it. The gift of giving is about the gift, the wrapping, and the whole experience of the packaging. So you make something and then you make something just as beautiful to wrap it in. And that's just what I love about being inspired by the Japanese art and gift giving. So these are just the ones I did a couple weeks ago. Remember, we did these, and these are to give to my friends or people who are looking like they just want a little pick me up. So I have that ready. And then now I have it for the Shikishi boards. I'm going to show you that one first, only because it's fresh in my head. It's right here. And I'm going to move all these papers out of the way because I need to kind of make a space for folding. But these are all the papers, the washi papers I've decorated over the months, just different techniques. And you wonder, what do you do with all these papers, right? Well, usually I save a stack in their raw form. I don't trim them down in case I need to use them for something, but I always like to save them. And then when I'm ready to kind of convert them into folding to origami paper, I cut them down into either squares or perfect rectangles. And depending like a 1x2 or a 3x4, there's all different ways. So I've got all these rectangles. I'm going to scooch this out of the way. These are all pieces that are ready to be folded out of washi paper. Aren't these gorgeous? Remember these? I don't know if I showed you these or not, but this was the just gorgeous jelly printing and then painting on the other side. So I've got double-sided papers. I love those. And some of these are just brayered. Some are just gel printed only. Some are crayons. If you remember, this is some writing. But really, just save your papers because they all can make beautiful folding papers. Even your roll-offs, even your crummy little whatever these are. This is called a under paper, a roll-off. I was just doing some stuff, and that was what was on it. That was just under on my table, and I cut that into a piece of origami paper, and now it's fabulous. It's ready to go. All right, so let me get to the folding part. Now that I've got to do all these papers. Hopefully you're inspired to save your papers and make beautiful works of art with them. So the first one I'm going to show you today is this really beautiful, this is actually a piece of, actually, what is this? Oh, this is a lunch bag or a Trader Joe's bag or something. I didn't have a piece of washi paper long enough and thick enough, so I made this. All I did was I just rolled, or no, I just put some paint on it and let it dry. Simple, right? And so you could do anything like that or just leave it plain, however you want to do it. But I'm going to show you how I folded these. Now, if I remember, I've got so many folding things in my head that I have to remember which ones they are. All right, so this one is the little pocket that's going to hold the Shikishi painting. So I'm going to just bring the Shikishi out. And usually what I like to do is if I find something, like if this is the painting I want to gift, then, and if you remember, actually I did this one at NAMTA. This is just a little ink. It's an edagami, a little butterfly that I did really quickly, and I loved it. And I may decorate the back probably with something. Even though it doesn't need decorating, but I will decorate this. This is a 3-inch Shikishi board. And what I have measurement wise, I need to grab my ruler again. This one is 3 1/4, and I believe it's, oh boy, I'm gonna have to kind of 12 1/4. So 3 1/4 by 12 1/4 is the dimensions for this one. And I've made it so that it will fit this one perfect. And my process for that is very hit and miss. I usually, since I'm not a good math person, and many of my folding ladies know. So Neela, this is a 1x4. So, so this is 12 1/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. You can do it out of a 3-inch by 12-inch if you have a piece of scrapbook paper handy, or a piece of some washi paper. 3x12 is going to give you this size, which is just a tiny bit smaller, but it just won't fit the Shikishi. It's just a little snug. So I increased it by 1/4 inch just so I can fit the Shikishi. So to do this, you're going to take your strip of paper and you're going to fold it in half lengthwise. And since I am not going in the pace that I would normally do when I'm teaching origami, I'm just going to do it at my speed. It may be just a little too speedy for you, but hang on. If you want to, watch the recording, it will be there. So I just folded in half. And any dimension, by the way, to make these little pockets. If you want to make one for an art journal or a little small, something really tiny, just remember it's 4 times longer than it is wide. So I've got it in half, perfect in half right here. And I'm going to fold these raw edges to that center fold. And I'm not going to have it overlap. I'm just having it meet that center crease. Okay, and I'm going to use my trusty folding tool, Yasutomo folding tool. I love it because it has a point. And I'm going to fold the right side to the center. You can see it's not totally touching. It's just, there's a little tiny gap there. You can see that gap. You want that gap. Okay, so and Lisa's here. There's a lot of people here today. I'm so glad you're here. So now we have, we're going to take, we've got 4 equal squares, right? So we've got these 4 squares. you're going to take this side, the farthest right side, and you're going to fold it in corner to corner, kind of in half. And I'm going to just have that meet, not overlap, but meet the crease. And if you can see, there's a slight, just a little bit of a edge of the bottom edge showing. I want it to be that way on purpose. All right. And now the next crease you're going to make is a crease going diagonally on this second from the second from the right. So it's going to be right here. I'm going to make a diagonal crease. And I'm just going to take this edge and I'm going to drop it down to the center crease line. And I'm going to make sure that this line is lined up. I want to make sure that this doesn't get wonky, and I'm just going to crease it up like that. Okay. Now this is so simple. We have no more real folding to do. We're just going to take this existing crease and just fold it backwards. So you have basically now you've got this long tail. It's going to just be folded up like that. Okay, and then you're going to take this, you're going to take this crease and you're going to fold it to the right. And you see where it's going, right? Now you're going to take, you've got a pocket here. See this little pocket? And I'm going to take this point and I'm going to tuck it into that pocket. Now you might notice a little bit of buckling, which this paper is so thick. I have a little buckling. Now, one of our talented ladies, and I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to grab it because I just realized I'm going to grab a circle punch. I've got to grab a big, kind of a good size one real quick here. This is the one I'm going to grab. I got this circle punch. This is something that Beth, if you're here, you'll remember that we did this. Now, if you have a little buckling, which I do, I'm going to just kind of open this up and I can trim just ever so slightly. I'm just going to trim this just a hair, not much. Doesn't need much. It's just like we're talking tiny bits. See how that is a hair? It's very small. And I'm just going to fold it back and just see if it's kind of helping that buckling. And it did somewhat. Yep. So then here's what I'm going to do. This is Beth's idea, and I love this because if you just use it like this, it's fabulous. It's a pocket. It's going to hold your Shikishi board just perfectly. And you can gift your Shikishi board. Isn't that awesome? But if you want to go a little farther, I'm going to take this flap and I'm going to do a half circle. I have no idea. Let's see. I'm going to just cut a half circle right here at this point, right in the center, cutting a half circle. Now that's Beth's idea. If you're here, I hope you're here. You can see. Okay, so I got the little half circle, right? It's back to where it was. And now we've got a pocket and then within a pocket. We've got two pockets now. So this would be awesome to put a, let's see, yeah, it's mine's acting up, so that's all right. You can take your paper and just kind of move it around and use your folder just a little bit, kind of just to kind of maybe even, let's get it going here, fold it, because we have to do another one, some more, many more. All right, so there it is. Got my little shikishi there, and then if I want to put got another pocket, and you can glue this onto an art journal. So you've got two places to put your stuff, and I love that. So that's that one. That's number one. Now number two is coming, and I've got a really cool envelope that I saw. Actually, I found it on YouTube. It's just too cool. It's a little envelope that could be beautiful in an art journal because you can paste it onto or double stick tape it or whatever. And it opens up into this like kind of accordion thing. Now this is from a 6-inch square. So, and I can show you from the 6-inch square or 15 centimeters. But if you start to play like I started, going down the rabbit hole, right? Trying different things, you can change the sizes just by, or you can make it size for any thing that you're looking for. So this just basically holds stuff. It's just a cute little pocket. So you can put little things in. This one is sized to hold a gift card. So if you have, if you want to give somebody a gift card, or if you have something like that, this is perfect for that. The size on this one, I'm going to tell you the gift card size. It is 16 centimeters. This one is 15 centimeters. So it's slightly smaller. This one is a little bigger. This one can hold. It's just, the bigger square you have, the bigger the envelope's gonna be. This one here is 12 by 12, so that fits. That's gonna fit pretty much a good. It's good for a greeting card actually. So what you need to do this is a pair of scissors because you're gonna cut, and a ruler. It's important to have a ruler, and I'm gonna show you how to fold it. So I'm gonna show you first out of the 6-inch paper. And I've got my collage paper here, or my painted papers. I'm hoping that, yeah, there we go. Size
Okay,
change
I'm so sorry,
information.
but someone mentioned that the sizing information is helpful. Could you give it again and then I'll type it out for everybody?
Oh, yeah, yes. Okay, so let me get back to where is that? There they are. Okay.
Sorry.
So this is 6 inches square, 15 centimeters, this cute little pocket. And that's the first one I folded, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna try making them different sizes. So the second size was for a gift card, and that's a 16 centimeter. So it's just another extra centimeter, gives that extra room for the perfect sizing. I mean, it fits it like a glove. That's 16 centimeters square. Okay, and then the next size, I don't remember what this one is. But I can tell you it's not glued together, so I can open that up, no problem. This next size, which it doesn't really hold, it's not really a postcard size. It is 8.5 inches wide. So 8.5 inches square. And I did that because I know a lot of people only have like copy paper in their collection. So this is like a piece
Oh,
of copy paper. Okay.
thank you. All
And
right,
then the
that's
next
all
one, the
going in a
last one
pinned
is a
comment.
12-inch square. So 12 inches for this one. And that's a good for a greeting card. All right, so let's
Okay.
fold it. Now that you got the sizes, now write this down too, because you're gonna need these numbers. I hope I have them in centimeters. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to get a different, there we go, I've got my centimeter ruler. I never really learned in school, I never got to the centimeter, we were converting to inches from inches and never really got through it. It's just strange. Okay, so when you're doing with the 15 centimeters, you're gonna fold it. You're just gonna make a mark. You're gonna take your color side and face it up, and you're just gonna do a little diagonal, kind of make your points, kind of match, and don't crease all the way through. Just give it a diagonal about halfway, and you're only marking. You're just doing this to make a mark. And when you do what you do is now you have this mark. And I'm going to mark for this 15 centimeter. I'm going to mark what am I marking? I'm going to mark a 10. Okay. I need to make an 8.5 centimeter slit. Okay. So I'm going to take my ruler. If you can see that, if you see, let me know you see that. Okay. I've got it at 8.5 centimeters right here. And I'm going to make a little tiny mark with my pencil. Okay. 8.5 centimeters right at the tip. And right where this is I'm just doing it's about 1.5 centimeters, so like, whoops, I'm just gonna make a little mark right there. If you can see that, that's at 8.5 centimeters from here to here. That's important. What you're gonna do now is you're gonna put that back in the little fold that you had, and you're gonna take a pair of scissors, and you're just gonna cut that slit. That's about, just to give you the right measurements, that is about 1.5 centimeters. Okay. So now we can start folding. Now you're going to take your paper and you're going to take, just leaving the slits right here. And I'm going to just take this edge, these two edges, and I'm going to fold them to that kind of a diagonal, kind of a kite fold. I'm just going to fold these little corners to the center like that. And then I'm going to fold this corner to the center. So now we have like a kite fold happening. Now you're gonna need your ruler again. And because I don't know how to do this any other way. You're gonna mark 10.5 you're gonna find the 10.5 centimeter, and you're just gonna make a little mark, just a little mark to mark your place. And the only reason I'm doing that is I just need to know where I'm gonna fold this point's gonna be folded right to that little point that I just made. And I think if I were to do the math, I believe this is equal thirds from this to this to this. I believe that's thirds, but I'm not going to play around with the math on that. So there it is. I just folded that little point to that place. Now I'm going to take where this point is, I'm going to take my whole paper and I'm going to fold this. I'm going to make this fold. Actually, best thing to do is to take this crease and bring it up to this top edge, and then making sure this little point is lined up. Okay, now I'm going to crease that. Okay, crease it down here. So now what I've got, see what happened? I've got my little point. It's lined up at the top, and I'm going to just take that little point and tuck it under, like so. Okay, this is such an easy one. I love this. And now I'm going to take my top here, and I'm just going to fold it so that I'm just going to bring it down to the bottom, almost to meet the bottom, but not quite touching the bottom. And I'm going to crease the top. I'm just going to test the slit to make sure it tucks in, and it does just fine. Okay. All right. So now we're going to construct the next part. So we're going to take our little edges and we're going to fold them. These little folded edges are going to go to that crease that's right to the right of it. So it's going to go like this. Okay. Do this on both sides. Okay. So it looks like that. Now the envelope looks like it's finished, but it's really not. We have one more step to do. This is the right proportions and everything, but to make that accordion pull out kind of mechanism, you're going to need to take these little pieces that you just folded, and you're going to just take the creases that are already there, and you're going to reverse that center crease, and you're going to push that inside. Okay, just like that. I hope that you can see that okay. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to take it, I'm opening it up with my finger, and then I'm going to push that mountain fold. It's going to be turned into a valley fold right there. And I'm just reversing that fold, and then I'm pushing it in. So what you have is this cute little accordion little pocket. And you notice that my little point didn't go all the way down, so I have to fix that. Okay. Okay, so there it is. And that is the envelope. So that's for that's using the 6-inch. So you can just do the same exact thing. I'll give you the measurements for the if you want to make the gift card, you want a 6-centimeter paper, and you're going to make a 9-centimeter slit with the cut at 9, and then you're going to do 10.5 centimeters at this fold here. So then, yeah.
I'm so sorry. Could you just say that again? I don't think I wrote that down correctly.
That's all right. Okay. So 16-centimeter square paper, and you're going to need a 9-centimeter slit instead of 8.5. You basically need to go half a centimeter more to get this in the right place, to have that slit in the right place.
Okay.
So 9-centimeter, and then you're going to do 10 centimeters is your fold point. That's what I meant. 10.5. So everything is just getting kind of moved up like a half a centimeter. Just like the paper is moved up a centimeter, right? 15 to 6, anyway, math, you get me on math and I start to.
Thank you.
So there, I hope those help with that. Now, if you want to, I like to take a little bit of glue, just a touch. I put just a tiny, just a glue stick is fine. But if you want to just really secure everything, you take right before you just take a little glue right on these little flaps, because they tend to want to come in and out. So I just put a little glue, just a touch, not much, on those flaps, and then I close it. And then it becomes a lot more sturdy, and it doesn't fall apart when you're opening and closing it. And if it's in a journal, you're going to need something sturdy if you're going to be opening and closing it. So there is that one. I really thought that was such a cute one, and I was cruising on YouTube and I found it, and I thought, oh, this would be perfect for Friday. So there it is. Today's like a folded Friday. I also found another envelope I just fell in love with, and this one is adorable because it's got this sort of dimensions to it, and this is a letter fold more than it is a pocket, because you're gonna normally in a letter fold you would do your letter first, right? You can write a letter to someone, whatever orientation you want. You can do a typewritten one or printed one. And you can put this, put it together. It could be put in a journal as long as you remember how to fold it back. Okay, so let's say you want to do that. This is 7¾ by 11 inches. That's the size. So I'm going to just make sure, I think I cut one in advance. No, that's not the one. I'm going to cut it down, a piece of paper. Let's see, I'll cut it down. I got to grab a piece that's 7¾ at least, right? By 11. Or what I could do is I could show you. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to show you, cut a piece of, this one I had planned for something else. So I don't want to mess that up. I'm going to take a second and I'm going to get a 7¾ inch by 11. And I'm going to just quickly cut it down from a piece of scrap, or not scrap paper, scrapbook paper, just, well, it's just a boring paper, but I want you to be able to do this. So I'm going to cut it down so that you can hear my paper cutter. There we go. Okay. This one was just not going to work. So I got a piece of paper ready for that. Now for this one, I have to remember how I did it because I don't have a diagram. And I'm going to show you, you're going to crack up, but this is my diagramming. When I do, when I do a diagram, it's not the prettiest thing, but it does help me remember. And I had that one up sitting on my thing. Now this one's a different one, and I'm going to have to remember this one because I know I folded this morning and it was really easy, but I'm going to have to remember how I folded it. So sometimes you can deconstruct something and say, oh, okay, that's how you do it. So that's kind of how I would spend a lot of time when I travel to origami conventions, and then I get a model and try to deconstruct. So this one is really easy. This one's 7, like I said, 7, whatever it was. It's basically it's an A4 size, okay, or in that proportion. So if you're gonna take your paper, you're just gonna fold it in half this way, like a book, just like a book. Okay, and then you're gonna fold the top points down. I think this is how I did it. Yep, this is so easy. This one's really easy. You fold the points down like so, just these. Okay. All right. You have this top. That's going to be the top. And then you're going to fold this bottom up to this edge. Now, I don't go right up to the edge. I kind of leave a little gap. So I'm going to leave just a little hair gap down at the bottom. Okay. And now I'm going to fold that same. I'm just going to roll it up, do a roll fold. I'm going to go up like this. Looks like a hat. Well, of course, if you can't open it up. And now we have that. Now I'm trying to remember how I did it. Oh, yeah. So this one's pretty simple. I mean, I didn't even have to diagram it to remember it, but at my age, sometimes you have to diagram things that are simple. I'm going to take this point and I'm going to bring it down to the bottom, but not all the way, just kind of about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. Okay, so it looks like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take these sides and I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to fold it to meet this folded edge. So here we go. Similar to the one you just did, but different. So I'm just going to have it meet. I'm going to have the bottom line up. Okay, so it looks like that. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just fold that and have it lay. Everything needs to kind of lay perfectly. And I love paper that has straight lines because it shows me that I'm doing it straight. All right, so you've got these sides that are folded like this. So the final step, this is how simple this is. We've got these pieces now. You're going to notice there's a little intersection or layer area where your paper this lays on top and intersects with the layer underneath. These are the points that you're going to keep your eye on, because what you're going to do is you're going to fold this bottom piece and it's going to go up as far as that intersection. Where you see that intersection, then you can fold it. You're going to fold that, you're going to have it meet there, and then I'm just going to fold it to a little point on the outer edge, okay? I'm just going to crease that like that. All right, so what I did was I basically folded this piece up, but it doesn't go farther than that little intersection right there. Okay, same thing. I'm going to do the same thing on this left side. I'm folding this up. When I see that little intersection, that's as far as I'm going to go, not too much farther out. And I'm going to go ahead and make that crease. And it is done. That's how easy this one is. So I'm going to just close this up. These little flaps go underneath, and then this flap goes tucks right under. Now, isn't that gorgeous? I just love the dimensionality of that. And another thing I love is I was able to put Suzanne Randers is her last name. Mitkriram is her Instagram handle. She has art foamies, has these fabulous little stamps. Now I had them somewhere. It's in my pile and it's a mess. But anyway, I would put something fun like this here, just like I did with this one. I can't find it, but I did this one and I'm still able to open and close it as long as I glue that tight to the thing. But isn't that cool? So that could hold, I'm not sure what, but it's just a gorgeous piece of a folded pocket or an envelope. You could put something like a card maybe inside here to just kind of like oh yeah, a little quote, but not, or something nice, like maybe long and skinny that maybe has some words, just something. You'll find all kinds of uses for these envelopes. All right, gift cards, letters, whatever you want to do. Okay, so now that one you've got that one. Now the next one I've already showed you one, two. Okay, the one I want to show you and I don't want to forget is the pop-up box. That one, just so you know, is it's in my book. It's in my book, but it's also in the several other origami books. But that one is, I'm going to use it, the instructions from my book, and I usually know how to do it. I should know it by now, right? Because I did the book on it. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did it. So this is with some washi. This is the 6JM that I did some shibori with some acrylic inks. I just really love it because it's very thin, but it's very, very strong. And it's already got the folds in it, if you notice. I love this. So I'm going to fold it in corner to corner, and I've got a little wrinkled spot. That's okay. I'm going to fold corner to corner. And this one doesn't matter which side because it's colors on both sides. But I think you would fold it with the color pattern side down if you have white paper. And you can fold this out of any square, by the way. This one is sized 9 inches square. But by all means, fold one out of a 6-inch or any square. I fold it this way, and I'm going to fold it this way, like basically in two different directions. Takes me a while. Remember. Now I'm going to fold the points up to the center, and it's already creased for me because I did the shibori. I'm going to fold this point to the center. Okay, so it looks like that. Then I'm going to fold this in from here, it goes to the center as well. So you just want to go to the center crease on this side and then turn it over and rotate it and go to the center crease. These are meant to fit the 3-inch cards, or I believe 3-inch cards. Now you're going to take, so you've got this like band kind of thing going, and now you've got this center crease. You're going to do your things on this crease. So I've got to find that. It's hard to see it in this light. I'm just going to kind of find my crease so I know what I'm doing. Now I'm going to take my this folded edge, and it's kind of an awkward looking fold, but you're going to take it and you're just going to make that crease, and then you're going to go crease as far as it wants to go, and it only goes so far because it just wants to lift up, and that's fine. You're going to take the same thing, fold it, make that fold to meet the center crease, and then just take your finger and push it along, and now it looks like a little scoop. You see how it looks kind of like a scoop. Now what you're going to do is take that and fold that, just lay it down, make sure it's kind of lined up, and there we've got this side of the box is already happening. And we're going to now take the points and fold those towards the center. And we're going to take this point, fold it toward the center. And this next point, fold it towards the center. Okay. And now to finish this side, I'm going to take another angle. Some people leave it open, and that's fine. I'm going to do a little point, another point. So I'm going to fold that to the center. This little corner goes in, and this one goes to the center. And then the very last step is I'm going to just fold that backwards And that's one side of the box already done. So it lifts up, you see? Now we're going to repeat the exact same thing on this side. So I'm just turning it so I can see same side, and I'm just going to fold the same way. I'm bringing that up to the, you can see I'm just bringing it up, and then I crease it, and same thing, bringing that fold just right to that center, and crease it, and now lay it down, and kind of just watch your, make sure it's laying down straight, lining up okay. And basically we're doing the same thing, folding those little corners up and folding this corner up. And if it's not perfect, like mine's getting a little off, it's not going to show. So right, and folding this corner back. And then the last part is to fold those little pieces down. Okay, and then fold it backwards. So I love these because it just shows the beauty of the paper. And I've got this box. Now, if I want to, I could glue these little pieces down, or when I usually put something in the bottom of it. This one might fit a Shikishi, come to think of it. Oh, perfectly. So now I have a Shikishi, 3-inch Shikishi board thing. I can now have a little gift box for the Shikishi board. And I love that. That's really pretty. So that, and then if you want to have it in your journals, this is great. Put it in a journal, put something inside. People can open it up, or you can open it up. And to make the band, all I did is I took another piece, I made a little band, and that holds it closed, and it makes it more special when you put a little cute little flower. It's gorgeous. I love these. And I don't remember you can go into art foamies, and I think they're brand new release, and there's a whole set of these cute, adorable little flowers. And if you want to treat yourself to some fun little stamps, I would treat yourself. I do this often. I treat myself all the time to art supplies. So we've got those. Okay. Now, is everybody hanging in there? I hope. Now
I
I have
think
one.
so. Yeah.
I haven't lost anybody yet. Anybody pulling their hair out yet?
Oh no, I think everyone should save this one. This is gonna be a good one. You can come back. Oh, we're
Oh,
getting
good.
hearts,
Oh,
thumbs up. Yeah.
awesome. Good. So like this one, I made a tag, a little flower, and we all need a hope. I have some friends right now that are going through some pretty serious health challenges, and this one is one of them. But and for friends who are also challenged in any, oh yeah, Renee's lost. Yeah, no, it's okay. So this um this was a little thing, and I thought it was such a cute pocket because I did the lettering below, and look, and you lift it up, and it's where flowers bloom, so does hope. I just did this morning because I kind of think that there's a lot of areas in life, not just for people in my world, but in my circle, but there's people farther in my farther circle and beyond. There's we need a lot of hope. We need a lot of relaxation. We need to take care of ourselves and tell people we love them, because these are weird times. So I'm going to show this next one, and it's the last one, and then I promise I will stop. Is one more that I really love, and it's a gorgeous fold because oh, I have to show you this. Me and my boxes. One day uh I'll do this. I think this would be fun to do live, to show you how I do these Tomoko Fusei boxes. If we haven't done it yet. But here's a Tato, and I want to just kind of show you some treatments you can do. This one has that cute little art foamy stamp, and then I just have a little inside with a little, this is a Valentine kind of thing about love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile. There you go. I think I gave that to my husband for Valentine's Day. He gave it back to me so I can show you. But that's something you can do with these pockets. Now this is the one I'm going to show you next. And the reason I love it so much, not only is it gorgeous with the hand painted or the gel printed washi, but it could be put on a journal as well, because you can open these little flaps. Okay, just open it up, and as long as you glue down the bottom, you can just put it back together. And inside, you've got, whatever, something, if you're working on you've got some watercolors or you have some cards you're doing, this is a really good way to sort of gift your paintings or your anything you've got, collages, anything that you want to gift. Now, can it go back to? And usually these do find them, they do have a memory if you do it in advance, like do it way in advance. There we go. Yeah, now I can put it back. Believe it or not, I should be able to put it back. And I may not because it's there we go. So this one is basically it's probably one of those where it's a one-time only thing. I'm gonna have to show you how I folded it. Okay, here it is. So this one is, I believe it's 7 by 12, but let me double check. This is, and I'm gonna look at my book because it's from my book. It's 8¼ inches by 12. So that's 8¼ by 12. So if you have a piece of paper like scrapbook paper, this is some of our washi paper that I did some fun stuff too. And it's ready to be turned into an envelope. So this one's from my book, Origami Card Craft. And things, yes, Becky, things are gonna get better in the near future. You keep dreaming of the future you want. Yes, dreams can come true. Yep. Yep. So this is what we need to tell ourselves. And when I find that when I'm folding paper, I'm totally in the moment. I mean, right now I'm working with, I'm talking to you and I'm trying to do a live that makes sense. But when I'm folding, I'm totally in the moment. I'm not thinking of anything else except for the steps that I'm doing, whatever they are. So this is why it's really good for our mental health. It's also good for our eye-hand coordination. It's also good for preventing memory loss. Origami or paper folding is very healing. So thank you so much, Lily. That's really nice. So that's my love. I've always loved origami since I was a little girl, and origami is what kind of got me through my teenage years. It got me through all kinds of things, and so I'm hoping it helps you too. All right, so with our paper, we're going to just fold it in half in 2 directions. So I'm going to just fold it this way, and I'm hoping this is a perfect rectangle. Yeah, it should be. And I'm going to open it up and I'm going to fold it in half in the opposite direction. All right. You just want to make sure your paper is cut perfectly proportional or rectangular. If it's off a little, then everything's going to be off and it's going to drive you crazy. So
By the
that's
way,
why I love
Karen,
working.
Kathy was asking if you'll also show the corner tab too.
The corner. Oh yes, the little bookmark.
The
That'll be my last.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that one and then it'll be perfect. Thank you. The little bookmark. Thank you for remembering that because I was forgetting. So I've got these basically 4 sections, and I'm going to fold my bottom corner up to that center. And I'm going to go a little quicker on this one just because I know we need to do the little bookmark. And I'm going to fold this top corner to meet this other one. So basically I want that corner to the fold started right at this intersection where the center crease is. There we are, like that. Okay, so it looks like that. Now you're going to take these edges and you're going to fold them up just to match basically along, you're going to fold them up along where that edge to meet that edge. So the fold starts here, goes up here, same on this side. Here, I'm going to make a fold. So this one, it looks harder than it is. Now you can see, oops, I've overlapped it. So somehow I overlapped. I don't know why I did that. I'm not supposed to overlap it. So I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. We'll see what happens. So now I'm going to take this fold where this corner is, you can see I've got this corner. I'm just going to fold this in half or fold it towards that center. Basically, I'm kind of looks similar to the one I just did, kind of in the sort of the sense, but I folded this one with it's just a different idea, but you can see kind of the same idea as you're taking this part and you're folding it up towards the center. And I'm going to take this next one and I'm going to fold it also using the same, this is my guide. I'm just going to fold that edge so that it kind of lays over that. And this paper is a little bit softer, so it's going to act differently. And I think my thing's going to be a little off because it might not be the right proportions, but I'm going to show you the idea. I may be able to salvage it. I don't know. We'll see. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold I'm going to fold this little edge. I'm going to bring it up towards the center, just like this. Okay. And I'm going to take this next one, same thing, bring it up towards like this. And I want it to the fold to start at the corner, just like I did the other one. And this is easy. It's done. The envelope is done. All I need to do is tuck it in, but I think yeah, it should be done. Yeah, it's supposed to be done, but I did something wrong. It's not working out. Oh, I did something wrong. I didn't follow the directions is what I did. I didn't do. I don't know what I did wrong. Oh, it says to fold it this way. I don't know. So Karen, I'm gonna have to forget that one. I have to read my own book. It's because I forgot how I did it. Oh, I get it now. I'm just gonna try to do this. I don't think it's right, but I'm gonna try. I'm just adjusting the folds a little. Basically, what I'm gonna do is tuck these little points in to finish the envelopes. And I kind of did it. It was not perfect. I'm gonna just have to go back to read the book. It's not a square, so something's wrong. So I did it wrong. It's wrong proportion. So this was probably meant for a different envelope, but the fold is right. It's just that I don't have the dimensions right. So anyway, it's supposed to look kind of like this. And this is how it's supposed to look. So it's supposed to open up and, and I think the dimensions were off. Here we go. Another thing. My heart is filled with gratitude. Today it is filled with gratitude. We get to hang out and show you all. I'm gonna just see what I did wrong here. And then we'll do the bookmark. Now get a piece of paper 6 inches square, or no, 4 inches. I'm gonna look at this. It's the right proportions, so I did something wrong and I don't know what. So I'm moving on. Let's just moving on. Oh boy. I'm gonna show you this bigger so that you can see it, but it looks way better when it's. Oh, where to find the book? You can get the book on Amazon. And it used to be in Barnes and Noble and all other places, but you know, those places are, let's see, Barnes and Nobles and all the brick and mortar bookstores. But right now I know it's definitely available on Amazon. So to do the bookmark, super easy. In fact, I have to remind myself of here it is. I've had this little diagram I've had for years. It's a terrible diagram, but it kind of reminds me of how to do it. So you start with your color side down, pattern side down. 4 inch square be better than, or 3 inches is even better too. You're going to take it and you're going to fold it in half. Simple, right? Simple. Fold it in half. Okay. And then take the whole piece and fold it in half again, like this. All of it, all together. And just get my trusty folding tool. And then you're going to take the top edge and you're going to actually just this top. Well, let's fold them both down. I'm going to do that. I'm going to change it up a little. I'm folding these little points. They're kind of pre-creases is what they are. And I'm going to fold this also. So this is your raw edge, just so you know. You're folding the raw edge, starting with the raw edge and folding it so that your folded edge is on your left. Okay, that's important. Okay, so I've got that. I'm gonna, gotta adjust that a little. There. All right, so now that's like this. You're gonna take your paper and you're going to drop this. Oh, well, I can do this. Take the top layer and fold it down, just like that. Top layer gets folded down, so you can see there's like a little pocket here. And you're gonna take the whole bottom layer and you're just gonna take it, it's already pre-creased. You're just gonna take it and fold it up on the existing crease. You're not making anything new. And you're gonna just tuck this whole thing. Now this is the tricky part. You kind of roll it in a little bit. I just sort of roll it, kind of slide it in like so. Okay. And then sometimes you need something just to kind of make sure that actually went in there all the way. Because if it doesn't, then it's not gonna work on your book. So you want to make sure that that's nice and flat. And then the very last part is you're going to take the top and you're going to tuck it right in the same way. And I just kind of roll it in. And since the crease is already done you just kind of roll it in until it's all the way down. And there it is. That's it. That's how easy that is. So with a 4 inch one, that's really nice. But if you want to do it out of a 4 inch square, it's a lot better. You make it much cuter. Here's a 4 inch one. I'll do a 4 inch or even 3 inch. So I'm going to start with the color side down. What did I say? Color side down. No, that's color side down, Karen. Hey, color side down. And you know what's great about origami too? If you are talking, telling yourself the directions, like I'm saying, color side down, fold in half, just talk yourself through it. You're totally keeping yourself in this very moment. And you really can't, I mean, you can't worry about anything else because you got to get this. All right, we're going to fold it in half in this direction. So now I've got this, and I'm just going to make these two creases on the raw edge, starting at the raw edge, and kind of moving quickly this time. Ted, you can make these very fast. And then you're going to take that top flap and just roll it, just fold it down, and then take all of these pieces and just roll it in, tuck and roll. And then you take the very last and do the same. Get it in there. I hope I'm doing this right. It doesn't look exactly the way it's, I think I'm a little off today in my cutting. It's not square. So there it is. And then you just want to make sure that your paper is really folded. And if it doesn't, if it gets caught up or bunched up inside, your bookmark isn't going to seat very well on your journals or wherever you're doing it on. You can even put it on something like this. This is a big one, but see how it just fits really nicely on a page? You can write things on, you can add a little flower on it. Wouldn't that be cute? Something like that. So they're very fun, and depending on what size you use, you can do it for all kinds of things. So there you go. I hope you had a fun folding. Yes, Kathy, I missed it too. Well, maybe have to do it again. Have to do some folding on Fridays again. So there it is. I think we got everything. It just gives you hopefully some inspiration to just to create and be able to use up some of the painted papers you have, or even magazine pages, gift wrap, scrapbook paper, all the paper. We are all, I don't know about you, but I'm a paper hoarder. And I've got to find a way to use it. Because if I don't use it, I mean, it just piles up and it becomes a fire hazard. So, and then gift it, give it away, give it to someone, put a bunch of these little things in your purse and take it somewhere. When you're out and about and you see somebody that's not having a good day, you just give it to them or send it, mail things, snail mail. So there you go. And I'm glad everybody's here and I'm glad you were able to hang out. And the paper weight. Okay, so Neil, a great question. Paper weight is lighter the better. No, not too heavy. Because you noticed, oh, I love it. You made seed packets. So the lighter, if it's too heavy, they kind of bunch up. So I'd say 80, well, let's see, pound weight. I don't know. Like basically copy paper, just plain that kind of weight is good. Origami weight is perfect. So like any of the origami papers that you can buy, or just the washi papers that we have are all very thin. And I'm so glad that your minds are full. And I hope that everyone has a really happy folding weekend.